Normally, I'm pretty skeptical when it comes to new technology, but today we have a smartwatch that surprised me. Hey guys, welcome back to How Says channel. My name is Ivan, and today we're looking at the YHE Pro smartwatch. This is YHE. I hope I'm pronouncing it right, but I think it's E. So today we're gonna check out this watch, and I'll tell you right away what is the unusual and specific about this model. Well, this one comes with a very interesting blood pressure monitor and blood pressure sensor with the actual inflatable wristband that goes around and measures your blood pressure very accurately. Now, I've seen watches in the past, they are offering blood pressure measurement, but they're only relying on the infrared sensor to go through your skin and measure it that way, rendering them not very accurate and not very specific. And obviously with blood pressure, you want to be very, very close to what the real measurements are. Now, as always, we're gonna go through the unboxing. We're gonna check out what kind of accessories they're providing inside. We're gonna look at installation of the app. We're gonna do some testing with this watch, and I'm going to actually test as well and compare it with a regular, quote unquote, professional blood pressure monitor that I have in the house. And that way we can compare the data and see if the watch is very close to this one, or this technology is still not the same or not quite as accurate as in the other one. All right, without further ado, let's go into the unboxing, and then we're gonna talk about it in the conclusion. So what's inside the e-watch, we're gonna check out immediately, but before that, a quick card from the maker, which is really nice. I've never seen that before. Guess which part of your smartwatch this is, and I would say the motherboard. It looks like it. It looks like it's a real motherboard right here. A real message to me. Thank you for everything. Well, no, thank you for sending this watch. And here's the box. I haven't opened it yet. The official model here is the Y001S, and the bright silver is the color. So let me go ahead and open it right away. So right on top, we have the watch sitting in a kind of a paper cradle. Let me put it to the side real quick and see what else we have in this little box. On one side we have the charging station, which is the prong style with the 4 micro USB. I don't know why you guys keep doing this. It should have been USB-C. Nobody should be ever using micro USB anymore. On the other side we have the USB-A to micro USB cable. I have tons of these, so no big deal. We have a little cheat sheet here, how to measure our wrist and match the number interior of the band. What else we have here? The BP Doctor Smartwatch Quick Start Guide, which is going to explain to us how to get the app, how to use it, and everything else. Of course, I'm going to show you this in the video as well. And we have some instructional manual as well. But here are some of the specs we have. 1.41-inch AMOLED screen, 320 by 360 resolution. The processor is MediaTek, 208 megahertz, memory 256 megabytes. Bluetooth is 4.2. I wish it was 5 or 5.2. That would have been a nice addition. The battery is 170 milliamp hour battery, USB charging, media grade stainless steel, and it weighs 80 grams. So let me take it out of this little foam. And I have to say, this is a hefty watch. This whole body is metal, and normally I don't see a full metal body watches. Normally they're plastic or some sort of a composite, but this is really nice. And I haven't seen too many devices like that, and especially at this kind of size. We have an actual inflatable strap right here on the inside, where this portion is going to inflate to measure more accurately our blood pressure. The rest of the sensor is right here, and the pogo connectors for the charging. Strap feels pretty solid, thick, very smooth at the same time, and the buckle is metal as well. No plastics here. Okay, so there's some power. The watch is starting. Let's see what it has. Bluetooth pairing. Please install the BP Doctor app. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and install the BP Doctor. I'm gonna scan it with my phone, and let's see if we can download it right away. It takes me to their website instead of the Play Store. Let me see if I can find it on the Play Store. And here it is, BP Doctor Plus. We're gonna use that one from the Play Store directly. Let me create an account real quick. And once we install the app, we are able to create our own account. All right, we're gonna add a device, BP Doctor Pro, and we are now connected. Okay, great, 76% battery. Let's see what else we have here. Blood oxygen measurement, BP, we have heart rate monitor, we have HRV, and sleep calories, workout, steps, and the weight profile. You can have different faces for the watch here. These are the predefined one. My dial. This is what do we have currently on the watch. Blood pressure categories. Okay, that will gonna show us which one is normal, which one is out of abnormal. That's good to know. My family, that's actually excellent, because if you have other family members with the similar devices, they're using the same app, you'll be able not only to monitor your own health status, but their health status as well, and kind of follow them and make sure they're okay. Units, you can select metric or imperial. Account settings, our password and all that stuff can be done here. Personal information, we can put our photos and select gender, height, weight, all that stuff. You can set up your goals. Okay, 10,000 steps, that's a bit much. I'll put it to 8. The time is synced. Notification management. We can allow all these or deny app to get the notification. And OTA update. We are currently on the latest version of the app and the latest version on the firmware, so nothing new over here. So now if we go to the watch, we'll see this is digital fast. I actually really like this because it kind of mimics a real watch, and you can see it's very detailed with the AMOLED screen. What kind of workouts we have: outdoor walking, we have indoor running, outdoor running, and that's it. Only 3 right here. Hopefully we can create some more or tailor to use the ones that we want. Calorie, alarm, sleep pattern, weather. So okay, let's see settings in display, alert, about, language, units, and reset watch. What kind of languages we have in language? Let's see, Chinese, English, Espanol. Not too many of them. I guess Taiwanese. Units, we can check the distance, miles or kilometers. I'll put it on miles. And temperature, we'll do it in Fahrenheit. On display, screen timeout, let's see, it's 5 seconds. I will put it to 10. Maximum is 20. Brightness we can adjust. Here's the maximum and here is the minimum. Always on, rise to wake. We'll use that. If we swipe from the top, we have very similar menu to what we have on Android phones actually. And if we swipe from the bottom, no messages currently. If we swipe on this side, our exercise data is shown over here. And if we swipe to the other side, it's going to be measuring our blood pressure if we want to check it out, our heart rate monitor, our blood oxygen. And the little button on the top side actually turns off and on the display immediately. If we hold it, it will ask us if you want to shut it down. I have to say I'm pretty impressed with the build quality. It's very solid, kind of like one body. Shows us the date on the display as well, not only the time. You can see tiny C over here, the 13th it shows, and the battery status. So let's give it a try. You got to remember, when you're measuring your blood pressure, to have a maximum accuracy, you're gonna have to measure kind of like 2 fingers from your wrist, place the watch, and make sure it's nice and snug, it's not loose. Also, when you're measuring, the watch needs to be on the same level as your heart. You need to be rested. You need to take a deep breath and exhale and be rested. And don't drink any coffee or any caffeine before you measure it. And of course, you have to be relaxed. Relax your elbow on a table or something like that. So you can take a more accurate measurement. So let's see, I'm actually surprised how powerful the grip is and how well this is inflating. Well, currently my blood pressure is kind of elevated, 146 to 94. You can record it if you want to, do a guess mode if you want somebody else to try it and check their measurement. But to be more accurate, it's actually beneficial to do it twice, not just one. So we're gonna do it one more time. I will make sure that my wrist is completely resting. It is elevated off the table, and I'm not putting any stress on my hand. And very similar results than the previous ones. We have 141 by 87, so slightly elevated with 68 BPMs. Interesting data. I will sit down now and measure one more time, just to make sure that I am fully rested. And after sitting down and measuring again, now we get a much more accurate measurement. You see 133 by 81, which is normally my blood pressure. It hovers around 120, 130 by 80, so normal blood pressure, no problem whatsoever. So it really matters if you're sitting down and you're getting the proper position, or you're up on your feet like myself right now, and you're kind of not in the same level as your heart. But so far I'm pretty impressed with the delivery here. The size is incredibly small, and that inflatable bladder where the measurement for the blood pressure is is surprisingly small as well. I've never seen it in this kind of a small package. Back in the day, they had some of those bigger wrist measures for the blood pressure, but this is definitely unintrusive. It looks like a regular watch. It's pretty stylish. You can definitely use it day to day. We'll see how the battery life is, but the maker are promising about a week if you're pretty frugal with the measurements, or if you're using the blood pressure function regularly. You'll see some of the dates and times they're putting here. What you can expect is a battery life. But I have to say, even if it's 2 to 3 days or 3 to 4 days and not the full 7 days, it's still pretty good compared to some other watches, considering that this one has some features that no other watch has out there when it comes to the blood pressure monitor and being so accurate. Let's talk about it in the conclusion. All right, conclusion time. And what do I think about the eDoctor Pro? I have to say right away, I'm very surprised pleasantly by this watch. And after spending a week with it, it replaced my regular smartwatch, and I'm wearing it all the time and enjoying some of those measurements that this model is offering. You guys see throughout the video, measured my blood pressure and my significant other in the house with this watch, and I compare it with the one with my other more professional style of blood pressure monitor. I have to say they're very, very close with only a couple digits apart, which tells me that this technology implemented in the watch with the inflatable bladder inside really works and really is providing some accurate data. Now I'm gonna go right ahead and tell you the things I really like about this watch is the build quality. It feels very solid, very sturdy. It's made out of metal, feels very nice, and having incorporated blood pressure monitor, heart rate monitor, blood oxygen, and sleep patterns in the same watch is very, very beneficial. And you can look at this watch more as a medical device or something that you can use all the time if you have issues with your blood pressure and stuff like that and you want to measure it all the time. Don't look at it as a complete smartwatch with a lot of workouts, because this is one of my negatives here. There's only 3 modes for workouts. Obviously, over time with firmwares, I'm sure they can add more workout modes, which will make it even better, because ideally I would like to have at least 7 or 8 other popular sports out there, like tennis or soccer or treadmill or something like that, that can distinguish the different workout modes. The other minor negative, personally for me, is the battery life. Spending a week with it and measuring my blood pressure pretty regularly, you're looking at 2 days if you're lucky. If you measure it maybe once a day or twice a day, you're looking at 3 days, and that's about it. Now, I'm personally used to smartwatches that last me at least 10, 15, or 20 days. That's why I'm feeling a little bit let down. But of course, this one has an inflatable bladder, has much more technology inside of it. That's why the battery, it drains faster. And if you're using it all the time, you're gonna have to remember to charge it all the time as well. The other negative I have to mention is the charging station, micro USB. Please guys, maybe in the next model, put USB-C, micro USB, nobody's using anymore, nobody should be using anymore. The standard that everybody's looking at is USB-C, so we need USB-C cable. But I have to say, I'm very pleased with this watch. I think it's gonna be my daily driver for a while now, because I'm obsessed about checking my blood pressure all the time. Not that I really need it in my age, I'm not that old, but still it's a nice feature. And if you have somebody like an older relative that needs to check their blood pressure regularly, that's a very good option to get and give it to them and not worry about holding the big, over the arm blood pressure monitor, so they can check and make sure they're healthy and all that stuff. The app is very intuitive, it's very nicely organized. I didn't see any problems with it. One of the best features was the family link. That way, if you have family members wearing the same devices or similar devices, they can be linked there, and that way you can monitor their health status all the time and keep an eye on them remotely, which is a plus for me. So yeah, long story short, I really like this watch. Check out the link in the description of the video if you want to grab this watch directly from the maker, and you can get yourself one of those. Hopefully they're going to be available at the US market soon, all over the place, hopefully Amazon and stuff like that, so more people can be familiar with this brand and get some of these watches, because I really like it. And I'm looking really forward to other models they're gonna release on the market that they can improve over the years and make the product even better. Hit the thumbs up if you like the video, stay tuned to the channel, subscribe if you're new, check out the links in the description if you want to support the channel directly. It helps me tremendously to bring you videos like this regularly. And as always guys, you have a wonderful day.